You thought everything was fine. She still kissed you goodnight, still answered your texts, but deep down she was already gone. And by the time she finally said it was over, you were the only one who was surprised. Let me introduce you to the brutal dating trend that no one warned you about. Banksying. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what banksying is, how to spot it before it wrecks your mental health, and what to do if you think it's happening to you right now. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. So what is banksying? So banksying is the breakup before the breakup. It's the silent sabotage that starts weeks and sometimes months before you ever hear the words, "We need to talk." It's named after Banksy, the anonymous street artist who creates art in secret. Pieces that pop up overnight and sometimes even destroy themselves. Like that painting that shredded itself right after it sold for $1.4 million. Yeah, that level of drama. Now apply that to relationships. Banksying is when someone slowly starts emotionally checking out of a relationship without telling you a damn thing. They don't break up with you, they just fade, quietly and strategically. So by the time they finally walk away, they're free and clear. Meanwhile, you're left reeling, wondering what the hell just happened. You'll hear things like, "I've just been feeling off lately. You've done nothing wrong. I just need time to figure myself out." Or worse, "I didn't want to hurt you." But make no mistake, you were being prepared for the discard long before those words came out of her mouth. What makes banksying especially brutal is that it doesn't come with a warning. It's not an explosive fight. It's not a blatant betrayal, right? It's slow, surgical, an erosion of emotional intimacy. She still shows up physically, but mentally, she's miles away. She'll go out with you, she'll reply to your text, she might even sleep next to you, but the warmth, the spark, the connection, it's all gone. And the scariest part is most guys don't see this happening because it's not loud. It's quiet, subtle, strategic. And that's what makes this dangerous. Banksying is emotional manipulation wrapped in silence. It's the performance of a relationship with none of the heart left. And if you're not paying attention, you'll think you're going through a rough patch. But what's really happening is the beginning of the end. So why do people banksy in the first place? Well, why not just say, "Hey, this isn't working," and walk away like a grown adult? Well, it's because most people today don't have the guts. They don't want the discomfort. They don't want confrontation. And they damn sure don't want to be the bad guy. So instead of ripping the Band-Aid off, they let the relationship slowly bleed while they quietly prepare their exit. It's conflict avoidance in its most selfish form. Psychologists will tell you this is actually a coping mechanism. The bankseer doesn't know how to deal with hard emotions, especially guilt. So instead of owning the breakup, they manipulate the conditions of the relationship until you're the one who pulls away first. That way, they get to walk out with their hands clean. "See, I didn't leave him. He just stopped trying." Manipulative? Yes. Cowardly? Absolutely. But here's where it gets even darker. Dating apps have made this behavior worse. We live in a world where people treat dating like Amazon Prime, right? If you don't like what you have today, just swipe, scroll, and ship in something better, right? By next weekend. So instead of investing in communication or repair, they actually detach. Mentally, emotionally, and sexually. They already have one foot out the door and probably a backup plan warming up in their DMs. And here's the thing, while they're emotionally checking out, they still expect you to act normal, to keep texting, keep showing up, keep playing your part in the fantasy. Because to them, that makes the exit smoother. It gives them more time to prepare their narrative. You ever had a girl break up with you and say, "Well, I've been thinking about this for a long time." Meanwhile, you just cuddled with her 2 nights ago. That's banksying. And now you're left alone, not just with the breakup, but with the feeling that everything was fake. You're questioning your own reality. Was she ever really in love with you? When did she start planning her escape? How did you miss the signs? The answer is you didn't miss them. She just made sure you doubted yourself every time you noticed. That's what makes banksying more dangerous than ghosting. At least when someone ghosts, it's over, right? Cold, cut. Done. With banksying, you get strung along until you break yourself. By the time she tells you it's over, it's already been over for her. The goal is to spot the shift before you get blindsided. So pay attention. If you're seeing 1 or 2 or more of these signs, there's a good chance that she's already emotionally exited the building. I got you. I'll share. So the first sign is she's still there, but she's not present. She sits next to you on the couch, but she's glued to her phone. You talk and she nods, but her eyes are blank. Her laughter sounds forced. Her response is robotic. It's like you're dating a hologram of the woman she used to be. Banksying starts with emotional withdrawal. She's physically in the room, but emotionally, she's miles away. She's checked out, and you just haven't received that memo yet. Secondly, her affection has gone completely cold. I mean, don't get me wrong, she still kisses you, but it's dry. She lets you hug her, but she never initiates anymore. Sex, it's either non-existent or robotic. She might say she's tired or stressed or just not in the mood lately. But let's be real, when your woman wants you, you'll know. You won't have to beg for warmth or intimacy. If her body is still present, but her soul feels gone, that's Banksying in full effect. Number 3, your conversations are shallow. Remember when you two used to talk about dreams, fears, stupid jokes, and life? Now it's just logistics, you know? Did you walk the dog? Did you pay the rent? Did you pay the bill? What do you want for dinner? No vulnerability, no depth, no curiosity about what's going on with you. Just surface level survival talk, right? That's not love. That's her slowly fading out the emotional thread that used to connect you both. Number 4, future plans suddenly disappearing. And not to beat about the bush, she used to talk about trips you'll take together, moving in, starting something big together. Now, crickets. You bring up the future and she dodges it. Or worse, she says, let's just see how things go. That's code for, I'm not planning a future with you anymore. I'm planning my exit. 5, you feel like you're going crazy, but she says everything is fine. This one right here is what messes most men up. You know something's wrong. You can feel it in your gut. But every time you bring it up, she says, I'm just tired, or it's nothing. You're overthinking, you know? So now you start doubting your own instincts. You gaslight yourself just to keep the peace. Let me be very clear. If your instincts say something is off, believe it. Women are masters of micro behaviors, and when she starts withdrawing her emotional investment, your body will notice, even if your brain hasn't caught up yet. Number 6, she's suddenly glowing, but it's not because of you. She used to light up around you, but now she lights up when her phone rings, or when she's texting someone else in another room. She's laughing more with her friends than she does with you. She's getting dolled up, but that's not for your date night. That glow, that new energy, that's detachment. It's often sparked by someone new or the thrill of her soon-to-be freedom. And finally, number 7, you're the only one holding this together. You're the one initiating texts. You're the one scheduling time together. You're the one asking if she's okay. You're the one doing emotional labor while she sits there, distant and silent. Of course, that's just a performance. And you're the only actor left on stage. The bottom line is, if you feel like she's slowly pulling away while still playing girlfriend on the surface, your gut is screaming that something is wrong, and most likely you're being Banksy'd. So let me walk you through it, step by step. I've got a couple of steps to share. First, stop gaslighting yourself. The first thing you've got to do is to trust your gut. Most men feel the emotional shift very early, but they second guess it. Maybe she's just stressed from work. Maybe she's being too sensitive. She says everything's fine, so maybe I'm overreacting. You know, things like that. But her words are lying. Her behavior isn't. If you feel the warmth leaving the relationship, it's not your imagination. So stop trying to explain it away. Stop making excuses for a woman who isn't showing up emotionally. Start validating your own experience. That's power. Okay? Step 2, initiate a real conversation without apologizing for it. You've got to stop playing it safe and ask the questions she's been avoiding. Say something like, I've noticed you've been distant. Your energy feels off. Are you still emotionally in this relationship, or have you already checked out? Be calm, be direct, be unshakable, because how she reacts will tell you everything that you need to know. If she's honest and says she's been struggling, cool, right? That's something you can work on together. But if she deflects, downplays it, or tries to flip it back onto you, like, why are you being so dramatic? That's not confusion, my guy. That's confirmation. She's already gone. Step 3, refuse to beg for basic connection. Now here's where you reclaim your self-respect. If you expressed how you feel, if she admits she's unsure or distant, or just not feeling it lately, then it's your job to make a decision, not hers. Don't stick around trying to convince her to love you again. Don't start over-functioning. Don't get desperate, because the moment you start begging for crumbs of affection, you shrink who you are, right? You lose the frame, you lose your edge, and she loses the very thing that once attracted her to you, your confidence. Step 4, walk away if you must, with your dignity intact. Sometimes the most powerful move isn't to fix it, it's to walk. Not because you don't care, but because you care about yourself more than you care about someone else or someone who's already left you emotionally, right? If you stay with someone who's halfway out the door, you're slowly destroying your self-worth. Every day you stay in that uncertainty, you teach yourself to tolerate emotional neglect. Don't let her soft exit turn you into an emotional punching bag. If you're being Banksy'd, end it before she does. Step 5, heal with eyes wide open. And this is to say, after you leave or get left, don't just jump into a distraction. Learn the lesson, review the signals, reflect on the silence. Remember how long you felt the shift before the words actually came out of her mouth. Because the next time it happens, you're gonna have to catch it faster. You'll act stronger. You'll never again ignore the vibe just because the word said, oh, everything is fine, don't worry, right? That's how you learn. I'll wrap up now. Look, if you're watching this and any of those signs hit a little too close to home, you're not crazy, you're not weak, you're not alone. You are just loving someone who stopped loving you out loud. And now you have a choice. You can keep pretending it's fine and slowly lose yourself in the relationship that's already ending, or you can stand up, trust your gut, and take back your peace before someone else decides when it ends. Don't wait for closure, create it. If this video hit you where it hurts, drop a broken heart emoji in the comments below. But you definitely aren't alone. And if you want to talk, I hope you know that I offer private sessions, right? I'll leave a link to that so you can book a day on my calendar in the comments. I'll pin it to the top of the comments and I'll leave it in the video description. I hope that helps, right? Jessica OS here. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.